Okay, sixth grade. So if you look at this picture, by now you probably realized that I kind of told you to not use this. And I have my reasons. I made a mistake. So anyway, you should have a circle drawn on your paper instead. Now, this is where you were in the last video. If you finished, that's what it should look like. Right? Now, our next step is to find all of our end pieces, our biggest ones. Okay? So we're going to get those in a pile. And then we're going to look for the colors that we started with. Know that our first one we need is going to be yellow. And then the opposite of yellow on the color wheel is purple. That will go at the bottom. And then we also used our blue-green and our red-orange. So our next step is to get these things lined up along your circle, even with where the color is in the middle. Tricky. So I'm going to get these things as perfectly lined up as possible. Right on that pencil line that is your circle. You may have to stand up to see that they are nice and straight. But I also know that if I consider this a clock, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Okay? Straight across, straight up and down. They look pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and glue those down. So you can pause the video and get those four glued down where you had them arranged. Making sure they're sitting right on top of that circle line that was given to you. So as you can see, I have my four pieces glued down. They're pretty straight. Looks pretty good to me. So now what I want to do is grab the two that need to go in between. Now you already did that before right here. But what we're doing now is we have to find a way to space them evenly. So I'm going to need my blue and my blue violet. These two. And I want to just get those set up. Now, if they're curly like this one, you can bend them a little bit so they sit flat too. So he's sitting nice and even. I'm not worried about what it looks like here right now. I'm looking at these white gaps and trying to make sure they're exactly the same. See, I have them set up now. They look pretty even. So I'm going to go ahead and glue those two down. Again, this is one of those moments where you can pause the video and do the same thing that I just did. So you're going to do that same exact thing for your red violet here, your red, and then orange, and your yellow orange, and your yellow green, and your green. So you can stop the video for a few minutes and get that whole step taken care of, remembering that you must put them down first before you glue them. I've had so many kids not follow that direction, and then they end up with these like weird spaces that don't match each other. And we don't want that for this project. Part of your grade is getting this thing symmetrical and even. So set them up, then glue them all the way around. Okay, so I've got all my pieces glued down. It's looking pretty good. So our last step is nice and easy, okay? You should only have 12 pieces left. And you simply take your piece. You are going to glue it down. You don't need to arrange them this time. You are going to glue it down so that it is exactly in between the ones you already have, like this. And you're going to work your way around the color wheel, making sure that they sit right in between each thing that you are doing pretty evenly. And that is how we finish the project. If you need to arrange these first before you glue them down, that is totally okay. But you do want to try and keep your gaps the same as best as you possibly can. You only get a moment before the glue sets. Okay, so make sure that you get them in the right place and get them glued down quickly. And work your way around. That would be the end of the project, making sure that your name is on the back and you can put it in the finished work bin.